Okay, so there's a massive shift happening right now in the world of artificial intelligence. It's kind of quiet, a little technical, but it is completely changing who gets to build the future. We're talking about the rise of open source AI.
And to really get just how huge this is, we got to look at something that happened very recently, because back in 2025, the entire world of AI got flipped on its head. I mean, almost overnight.
For years, the AI story was pretty much written by just a handful of tech giants, right? Their best models were kept under lock and key. But that whole story is being challenged now in a big way, and it all kicked off with one single, game-changing release.
So let's look at this timeline. A few years back, all the best AI models were closed source. No contest. They were just better. But then, boom, we hit the turning point, January 2025. A model called DeepSync R1 gets released. And for the very first time, an open source model could actually go toe-to-toe with the big guys. That one event just blew the doors wide open for a whole wave of powerful new AIs. Okay, but I'm throwing these words around. Open versus closed. What are we really talking about here? To get why this is a revolution, you first have to understand the huge difference between these two ways of thinking about AI.
So closed source AI, you probably use it every day. Stuff like GPT or Claude. It's basically a black box. The guts of it are totally secret, owned by the company. You can use it, sure, but you don't own it. Now, open source AI is the complete opposite. All the key parts, the code, and something called the model weights are out there for everyone. And you can think of those weights as the AI's brain, its actual knowledge. Having access to that brain means anyone, and I mean anyone, can download it, tweak it, and run it on their own computer. It's a total game changer.
And listen, this isn't just some philosophical thing. We're talking about developers and even entire companies making the switch to open source models for some really powerful, practical reasons.
It all really boils down to a few major perks. First, you get full control. You can run these models on your own servers, which means your data stays completely private. Second, the cost. They're often free to run. You just need the hardware. Plus, you can customize them for exactly what you need, and you're never locked into one company's pricey system. And finally, and this might be the best part, it just sparks this incredible global innovation, with people all over the world making the tech better.
But okay, let's be real. It's not perfect for everybody. There are definitely trade-offs. It's a little more complicated to get started than just signing up for a website. You do need some decent hardware, because these models take a lot of juice to run. And right out of the box, they might not be quite as slick as their billion-dollar closed-source cousins. And maybe most importantly, since you're in charge, things like security and making sure it stays online, yep, that's on you now.
But here's the really exciting part. All those problems, they're getting solved at a crazy pace, all thanks to that global community. People are coming up with these brilliant new techniques, like something called quantization, which makes the models way smaller and more efficient. That means they can run on your personal computer, not just on some massive server farm.
And when I say global, I really mean it. This is not just a little Silicon Valley trend. Just listen to this quote from Martin Casado, a top VC at A16. He's saying that a lot of the most powerful open source models are coming out of China. He thinks there's an 80% chance new startups are already using them. That kind of global competition is just pushing everything forward faster for all of us.
Now, I know this might all sound super complicated, but the tech stack, the actual tools you need to get started, is getting simpler every single day. Let's just break down the essential pieces.
It really comes down to 3 basic steps. First, you pick a model. You can go to a site like LM Stats and see which ones are performing the best. Second, you grab a model manager. This is just a simple tool. A really popular one is Ollama that helps you download and run the models. And third, you just start building. You can use frameworks that give your AI all the extra tools it needs, like memory or access to the internet.
Okay, so that's the how. But what can you actually do with all this stuff? Let's look at 2 really powerful, totally private AI agents you could literally build on your own computer today.
All right, first up, imagine an AI that can be your personal financial analyst. Now, most of us would never, ever upload our sensitive bank statements or credit card info to some random service online. With open source, you don't have to.
So here's what it can do. It analyzes all your financial documents right there on your local machine. Your data is 100% private. It never goes anywhere. It can then give you summaries of where your money's going and even give you tips on how to save. And the best part? The whole thing is totally free to run.
Okay, here's another one. A smart assistant that lives right in your inbox. For anyone who deals with a ton of email, whether it's for work or just life,
This is an absolute lifesaver.
So this agent can automatically screen your emails, draft really smart replies for you, and flag anything suspicious that needs a human eye. It can chew through a massive volume of messages, saving you a ton of time. And, you guessed it, just like the financial analyst, it all happens locally, which makes it completely private and completely free.
So the main takeaway here is really simple. Open source AI is going straight at the two biggest hurdles for AI adoption: privacy and cost. It's putting this incredibly powerful technology within reach for regular people and small businesses.
For the first time, the real, fundamental building blocks of cutting-edge AI aren't locked away in some corporate vault. They're open, they're accessible, they are free for you to use. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with them?